Hey everyone, Brad the mechanic here. Today, 2011 Dodge Durango. We're going to change the radiator. Started leaking from the side. First things first, pop off this engine cover. Then you're going to come over here and pop the two clips off right here. They pop out that way. And then pop this little hose off right here that comes onto the air box here. And then come over here, use a little flathead screw, take that out, and this whole thing comes out like this. And then down here, you'll see this drain. You're going to twist this out, and it's going to drain the coolant for you. So you can drain all the coolant out before you start the job. And you're going to take this fan plug off. In order to do that, just push this down right here and pull it out. And then this radiator fan actually just pulls up and out of the way, just like that. Now for this bottom hose, you're going to have to remove that. You can use like some channel locks or something to get off. I use this tool right here, which reaches down. It's the best 15 or 20 bucks you'll ever spend. And this will get the hose clamps in a remote location. Now, if we look over here, you see that this hose is going to be real hard to get to, especially because the clamps are on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off, this hose off, because I am changing the thermostat on this vehicle. So I'm going to take this off and then remove the radiator in order to get this tube off, because this is going to be a pain in the butt. So that might help you guys, instead of going, how the hell am I going to get that? Just take this tube off and then remove the radiator that way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this hose off and get this removed, and then we're going to pop these couple screws out to get to this thermostat. And it's two 10 mil bolts that hold this thermostat housing on here. So then we're going to get this off. We'll pull this off. You have right here the thermostat housing, and we can replace the thermostat with the new gasket and everything like that. So with this thermostat, it's actually not like an original type. You actually have to push this down and turn it, and this will come out. And this is going to be the part that you replace. It comes in a package like this. And you can replace everything. Boom, just like that. Get this gasket out. We'll get a pick tool and pick this out. Or actually, I got it out with my fingers. So then, we'll replace it and get this back in there. It's got the new one rebuilt. It was a little bit tougher because this spring is a pain in the ass to push down. And it looks like it's a little bit different design. But got it put together, got the new O-ring in there. And we're going to install this. Alright, so the next step is we're going to be taking off this plastic stuff up here in order to get to where the radiator connects to. So first things first is there's a bunch of these push pins here, and you get your screwdriver under it and you pop it up just a little bit. Sometimes it helps if you get it right in that little pocket there. See, it comes up, then you kind of pop it out like that. Boom, and you get her. So we're going to take those off. Then for these, so this rubber trim you're going to have to take off. Now you don't want to just rip it off. You want to make sure that these things are still attached. So when you're going to take one off, I'll try to show you here. When you're going to take one off, see where that is? You're going to want to get your needle nose right under it and kind of push it out. See how I brought it out, and then we can push it back in when we're done. So get all these taken out, and then we're going to get these plastic pieces taken off, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Now that we have done that, we're going to start taking off the 10 mil bolts here. You got to make sure we're taking all the stuff off of the core support here. And so we got 10 mils, got a pot clip here, another 10 mil here, 10 mils. So we're going to take all these out and start removing it. In order to give yourself a little more room, you can pull this out of the way. after taking this bolt out, you're going to want to get to this 10 mil right here. Just move this a little bit and get to that. Alright, so I did remove this coolant reservoir. It has two 8 mils, one here, one there. And so after I take all the clips off and stuff from here, I realized that there's two more bolts. There's one down here, one right here. And as you can see, there's that one right there. And once we remove this, this will move. There's some stuff attached to it, but this should move enough for us to get the radiator out. So I'm going to use a swivel to get in here and get that 10 mil off. And we'll start removing this upper core support. And before I forget to tell you, this, you have to pop up straight up. There's little tabs that hold it in. See right there? So you pull this up and then you'll have enough room to get into those two 10 mils. Just so you can see, I ended up using a 1/4 inch 10 mil to get in here. I'm just holding it like this. And then we're going to take this, looks like a 13 mil, that bolt right there. And because that's kind of holding this thing up here. And there's one here too. So take these two off, these 10 mils off, and we'll be able to move the core support enough to get this out. All right, guys, so once we get those bolts off, right? I didn't have to take this off or the horn off or any of that other stuff. This comes back, this lifts up, and then you're able to move this forward, the radiator. And then on the bottom, if you can see, let's see if we can see here. See that black right there? That goes underneath the condenser. Okay, so you have to lift this up in order to get this out from under it. And then over here, it's kind of a similar thing. You see that clip right there? That is going to be what goes underneath here. And you're going to have to lift this up, this condenser, in order to get that out. So remember that when you're taking this out, because it was kind of a bitch to do that. And then there's these clips right here that go in right here, and you just kind of pop them out a little bit, and it'll come out. And then you get this thing loose enough, and this will come right out. And now that we have got the radiator out, you can see it's leaking right from out of here, which is super common on these fucking cheaper cars, especially a Dodge. And so yeah, be careful when you're putting them in, because you don't want to bust them up putting them in. This is kind of a bitch to pull out, but she came out. So now let's get to get the new one put in. All right, so once you get it in there, make sure that those bottom clips are held on, right? And then we're going to go ahead and reinstall the two 13 mil bolts that went in right here to hold the top of the core support. We're going to put the 8 mils in that hold this. We're going to put in the rest of the 10 mils that go here, and then there's those two down there. And then we are going to reinstall the plastic piece, put all those push pins back in there. We're going to put this bolt back on there. We're going to put this bolt on there. We're going to get the radiator hoses. We're going to install those. That's simple. Put that back on there. Get the hose clamp. What you do is get the hose clamp turned around on the other side when you take it off the other radiator. That way you can get it easily and put it on like this with the channel locks. Then we're going to put the fan shroud on, and all that does is just sits right in there. See these clips? Those just go right in to there, and it sits in there just perfect. So then you're going to get that on there, you're going to get it plugged in, and then when you fill it, you're going to fill it all the way up in here with coolant, right? Get this filled up. Then start it, okay? When you start it, you're going to crack this right here, okay? And this is the little bleeder that's going to let the air out of the system. So let it run for a little while, try to get all the air out. Once the bubbles stop, go take it for a drive, make sure it's topped off. Go take it for a drive, then come back, let it cool down a minute, and then top it the rest of the way off, and you'll be good to go. Okay, all right, you guys, let me know if you have any questions or comments. And thanks for watching. I don't care if you guys like or subscribe. I just want you to fix your shit. So go out there and fix it. All right, see ya.